there's a Korean word, just some
삼계탕.
time. Yeah. My son actually understands Korean a bit.
Wow.
Wow, it's so painful, right? Practice hours and hours. The reason you are successful because you know how to deal with pain. Come on, like don't kill me, violinist. Yeah, don't burn yourself though. That's also then it's game over. You know, once you don't know your limit, you always play on the edge. It's very dangerous to fall.
안녕하세요 여러분, 롱테이크 김지윤입니다.
안녕하세요, 전아입니다.
네, 오늘 저희가 정말 이런 날도 오는군요.
그렇군요.
정말 스페셜한 게스트를 한분 모시게 됐습니다. 개인적으로도 굉장히 영광이고요. 또 저희 채널을 찾아주셔서 정말로 감사하다는 말씀을 드려야 될 것 같아요.
오늘 모신 분은 세계적
네,
피아니스트
랑랑님이십니다.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
Well, welcome back to Korea.
Thank you.
How many times have you been to Korea? I actually stopped counting because you have visited here so many times, I believe.
I think more than 15 times.
Wow.
For sure, yeah.
Still, could you please say hello to your Korean fans?
Hi everyone, it's Lang. I'm so happy to be back in Korea and really excited about this chat.
Yeah.
Well, we are actually recording this clip on April 27th, just one day before your concert in Korea.
Oh, thank you for helping. That's great.
I'm not really sure it's going to help because it's going to be uploaded like 10 days later. So are you excited to perform here?
Yeah, this time I'm doing a complete new recital programs featuring some Beethoven sonatas and Spanish repertoire.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, Liszt. So it's going back to the romantic repertoire.
So it's been almost 2 years since your last recital in
Yeah,
Korea.
1 year and a half, I would say.
Yeah, one and a half.
yeah.
How do you like Korean audience?
Korean audience are the most passionate audience in Asia, and it has been this way since when I came for the first time. It's a really enjoyable to perform here. You get a great reaction.
Because we love you.
Oh, thank you. I love playing here, of course. Yeah.
A little bit silly question, but are you still nervous before you go on the stage?
Slightly.
Really?
I would say that,
even
yeah,
after those years?
Yeah, slightly. Especially when you play like a big space, you start with smaller pieces, like Mozart, for example. It is still quite challenging. Yeah, but of course, if I start with some kind of a romantic repertoire, then it's much less. But I normally like to start with more classic repertoire, more refreshing, start.
So talking about, tomorrow's repertoire, so you including Albanese and Granados,
Yes.
Spanish music. Could you briefly talk about these Spanish composers?
Yeah, I always love to play Spanish repertoire. It has been many years. Somehow, I don't know, it's just this kind of freedom. I mean, the Spanish repertoire is a bit toward to the folk music. And as a Chinese, we have a lot of folk music, which I inspired as a little kid. And to listen to this kind of beautiful phrases and certain rhythm pauses, it reminds me of playing some folk music from China. Spain is also an interesting country that they had a multiple culture from Arab, from Indian. So each port is kind of get influenced by some other culture, and all kind of mixed in Albanese work. And he grew up on the boat, kind of like a boat pianist for a while. So he got a lot of influence. So that's why he wrote Iberia Spanish pieces from different part of Spain. And so this is kind of like a fantasy journey. It's like a bit like Greek Odyssey, this kind of thing.
Right.
Fantasy,
Yeah,
you go from different cities on boat and to see different world. So that's what I really like. And with Granados, this is part of the Goyescas, and which is inspired by the great painter Goya.
Goya.
Yeah, and actually I played this piece in front of Goya's painting, Prado in Madrid.
Yeah.
Granados is kind of trying to make a tribute to Debussy, Monet, Debussy. So the Granados Goya. And another thing what I like about this piece is that it has the sound of the bird. Yeah, and so it's very interesting to play on the piano to imitating the birds.
sound of birds.
Yeah, sound of the
wow.
bird. So I find that very fascinating. But I have to always try to play some new repertoire. So that's why I think the Spanish is a great fit.
And you are giving us a new experience.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm always trying to find something else. And so things like granados or scriabin, someone from the east side, the Oriental music, this interests me.
So maybe tomorrow, audience can conjure up, Spanish, paintings, Spanish landscape.
So that's the idea.
Amazing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And of course we have the Beethoven. I mean, these two most iconic Beethoven sonatas with Passative, 110. So for me, it's the most beautiful Beethoven sonata ever written. It's already into the romantic gate of Beethoven's world. Yeah.
So tomorrow's concert also covers some pieces from Piano Book 2, your album released last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
we have the Mozart Rondo and the Liszt Consolation, and maybe some encores featuring short pieces from. Because most of the pieces are so short, it's hard to put into the regular orders. So it's actually so it's good to find two pieces which we have from Piano Book 2. Yeah.
I found this album is very interesting. It covers wide range of Mozart and Rachmaninoff list, very classical, conventional titles, and to some
gaming music, film music,
movie, including La La Land.
Yeah.
So, how do you like your audience to enjoy this album?
I mean, this was a continuity of a piano book project, which is 6 years ago, which had quite a tremendous impact to the classical music recording theme. And this time it's much more challenging. When you do a second one, it's always harder. And we did give everything we can. So we had some interesting new composers, but with melody, okay? Not contemporary music without melody. So we had composers like Tony Ann, which is fantastic new composer, very young and classical music trained. And we had this Ikaras, Joe Hisaishi, a few others, and then together with Mozart, Handel, Rachmaninoff. So it's a combination of my favorite pieces and combination of new music from today's society, which students always excited to perform. The idea is to give them another references when they study the pieces. They know there's other interpretations. They can listen and get inspired, and so it's the same idea behind like Piano Book in the past.
Well, you have collaborated with many musicians across genres. You have worked with Herbie Hancock, the jazz pianist, almost 20 years ago. You continued playing with him several times, and also you performed with Lee Soo-hyun, the Korean female singer.
Yes.
I just loved it.
Yeah, she has an amazing voice.
And I just love it. The piece from the Disney
The
animation
Disney one
film,
was a really
Coco.
great arrangement.
Right,
Yes.
and you even worked with Metallica.
A bit heavy, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. So, do these collaborations bring any special joy to you? Because it seems like you're really, truly enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think I'm a musician. I like to explore music. And that's the first thing. The second thing, I really want to share the music without boundaries to many of the younger generation, which they are kind of skeptical to take classical music lessons, and they're skeptical for their future. We are facing some challenge today that the kid doesn't want to keep practicing. The reason is that they feel that classical music is quite limited for them, and maybe it's hard to find jobs in the future. The way I'm trying to do is to explore some new ways which they can maybe also to use this kind of idea to get their world in the bigger visions and to have a bigger career ideas. Yeah. And many of the pop musicians start classical music. And everyone I know actually, from Nora Jones, Alicia Keys, Lady Gaga, Chris Martin, they all kind of started from classical music instruments, or they love classical music. So, there's a lot of love there. Somehow that we need to connect somehow, a little bit more. Actually, quite interesting, from the Korean musicians today, K-pop, there's also a lot of basic tune using classical music in many of their hit songs. So it's quite interesting. K-pop really kind of connects with classical music in a different way, of course. So that's the idea I'm trying to explore a little bit more. But of course, in the end of the day, I'm a core classical player. I'm not a crossover pianist. And that's a reality world. I'm playing 97% classical core concerts. But we should, to do a little bit of something else, in addition.
That's great, because you kept being inspired and showing the another possibilities.
So, now a few Korean young pianists are gaining great fandom and popularity.
Absolutely.
So, according to Financial Times recently, we are in a new era of superstar pianists, and this phenomenon began with you. So, do you agree with this view?
I feel very happy with your new generation, and I actually met some of them, and we became very, very good friends. And it's a really good for the Asian community to have world star players to always play in the best concert halls and with the best orchestras, and also inspire a lot of new players to believe themselves, to bring the best of their talent, and to let them know that if they do that, they will shine in the world.
But it all started from you.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I'm very honored.
Well, you're the first Asian pianist who had a name on the Hollywood's the Walk of Fame, right?
Yeah. That's a pure luck, I think. It was 2023, so it was like my birthday. Actually, really, the morning of my birthday. And then, so my management said, you actually get the star. No, maybe nominated. No. You got it, but you will get it next year. But you got it. We were just submitting the thing, and we didn't know. Same thing with the time 100. The same thing. Right. We were submitting. We thought maybe for 10 years time, and then was. So sometimes you have to try. So just submit your name. Maybe you will get it too.
I think the board will say, "Oh, finally, you submitted. We've been waiting for you," like that.
No, I mean just think big. Try it. But sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Not everything we try is happening, but when it's happened, it's a good thing.
Of course.
But your ambition was always high.
Yeah, my ambition was always high, but now it seems like I have to be more stabilized, to be more grounded. I think people change with their age, but once you are 20s, there's nothing to lose, right? You just try as much as you can, but don't burn yourself though. I mean that's also then it's game over. Right. You'll see many of the great talent, they were doing so well, and then after they turn 30 or 35 or 40, the career is gone. Yeah, over one season, it's gone. So that's something that we also have to be very, kind of watch carefully, not overdo it. You probably get annoyed by yourself even, and then something happens.
Making sustainable is very important.
Yeah, it's great to think big, dream big, but you also need to know your limit. Once you don't know your limit, you always play on the edge. It's very dangerous to fall.
You had to have a break for a while because of a hand injury. I know it must have been a very painful time for you, but believe me, it was a painful time for us as well. So we are really happy that you came back.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
How did the time off change the way you play the music, if there's any?
Yeah. In the beginning, it was kind of not very pleasant, of course. But then I started to have a nice dinner like at 6 p.m. on a lake, and I was like, wow, life is not that bad. And I was spending a lot of time with Gina at that time, and turns that I got married after that very, very, very quickly. So that was good. And then also at that time, I was preparing something like Goldberg variation to start to learn new repertoire. So it was not that bad. I know it's going to be okay. It's just overuse. So it's it's not like the world is finished. Yeah. So I know that if I'm focused to relaxing a bit, it should work. Because the longer you're not playing, it's harder to trim back.
Right.
Yeah, you just need more efforts. So I was lucky in a way that I stopped right after I feel not right.
I never doubted that you would come back.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're talking about a lot of young pianists who
Yes.
were successful, who will be successful, and who are your role model pianists from older generation?
Yes.
Well, let me guess, Maestro Barenboim.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Of course, when I was a teenager, it was more Horowitz, Rubinstein, Glenn Gould, Argerich. I think those are my top 4. And then after I started working with Barenboim, he became this guru. It's like my absolutely favorite. One of the reasons is that not only he's great knowledge-wise, he's a great conductor, but also the repertoire he's so great at is my disadvantage. Oh. Because I was at a teenager, played a lot of romantic repertoire, like Chopin and big Russian repertoire with my teacher Gary Grafman, and so it was always kind of a bit into the Russian direction, with the technique, which is great, But I wasn't really familiarized in the level which I wish to be with Beethoven, Brahms, Bach, Mozart, Schubert, Schumann. So then when I'm meeting with Barenboim, he completely changed the psychological thinking of me to playing German, Austrian type of repertoire, and also he completely changed my sound, the way of thinking how to play the sound. And it's really not easy to change once you're already 19 or 20 years old, or your technique is so used to it. Right. You're so comfortable with what you do. And so when you try to move to another style of playing, physically, mentally, it's not easy, So in the beginning, it's even a bit painful for me. I was like, this is like stretch you from the other direction to completely opposite direction, so it was very difficult in the beginning. But after 2 years, I would say really after 2 years, I feel comfortable to play like that. Wow. That's why I want to say that his help, his support was so important to me as a person, as someone trying to develop as an artist. And with that side of education, I'm much more balanced. I'm not saying that, to play those big romantic repertoire is not deep enough. I'm just saying that it's a different way of thinking music.
So it was great to see you reunite with Maestro Barenboim and West Eastern Divan Orchestra last year.
Yes.
This orchestra stands for something beyond the music.
Yes.
The piece bringing people together, knowing each other and understanding each other in the end, the values that we need most recent days. So what does performing with them mean to you?
I knew them in 2005.
That's Ramallah.
Yes, when they started in Spain, in a very little town called La Piz. I was also study with Barenboim there, so he was training the orchestra, and then I come to visit them, and then he took me to his summer home, which was Rubinstein's house.
Rubinstein's house.
Yeah, so he was taking all the lessons from Rubinstein during the summertime. It's in Marbella. And then so when Rubinstein passed away, he also passed the house and the piano. So that was quite a special visit. So I already knew those players, but they were very young at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's the concertmaster of Vienna Philharmonic. That boy at that time from Palestine, he was just starting to study. He was like 15 at that time. Wow. And Barenboim told me, hey, look at this boy. He's Palestinian. He will make a big career.
Wow.
Yes, already, and then now he's the concertmaster of Vienna Phil. Yeah, and so I knew them very well, and but we never really performed together until 4 summers ago. We did this tour. They were touring with Martha Argerich.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is right after, still during the COVID actually. And then somehow Martha has to do a tour in South America. And then they've said, oh, what do you think to play this? This is really weird piece. The Faya, Night in the Gardens. Quite unusual piece, right? Yeah. So I have to learn for this tour. But of course, in the end, it was very beautiful. But of course, I feel very moved. Barenboim is not in the best physical condition. Let's put it this way. He's really driven by his love and passion for music. He's not driven by his great physical condition at this moment, right? So I actually feel quite touched. In this condition, he's still doing quite well. It was very kind of emotional tour. And that time, since they are partly Jewish, partly Arabs, they had to fight at that time at the camp. I remember very well. But then somehow in the music making, they all become one, and respect. And some of them even married. Yeah. So there's some couples actually married from different culture, religion background.
That's really the power of music.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Definitely.
And they have a kid. They're bringing their kid.
Lovely.
So especially in the summer, they all come in, right? So my son was there. He was in Berlin. He was in a backstage having fun with some of the kids from the musicians or the Barenboim's grandkid. So they were having some fun, and it was good. The time really changed fast.
Yeah.
I saw the documentary film, West Eastern Divan Orchestra, how they made it up, and exactly there's a debate between the Israelis
Very
and Arab
serious.
students. Yeah.
I saw it. They were almost fighting. I was like, calm down.
Right.
Yeah, it was like.
But at the end of the day, they have to get together and play music, making beautiful harmony together. And that's just amazing.
And with Saeed and Barenboim, the two great iconic.
Right. You have your own foundation, Lang International Music Foundation, which has been focused on nurturing young, brilliant artists and also bring the classical music to a wider audience. What kind of impact would you like to make through this?
Back in 2004, I was very privileged to become ambassador for UNICEF. That time, Maxim Mengarov was doing, not many, but few other classical musicians doing with UNICEF. And I was really admired that they were playing in the borders, in a very, kind of a war zone borders, or going somewhere which kids are having a serious health problems, and they play music for them. I was really touched by it. So then one day I actually met a person who's actually works for United Nations in Tower Records. At that time, there's no Tower Records in America.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then it was really incredible that person became my godmother. I only have one godmother. Okay, it's not like I have many godmothers. So she said, "Oh, do you like to be a UNICEF ambassador?" I said, "Of course. Look, I want to do something if I can help the difficult situation." I went to Tanzania for the first trip. I get a few shots of malaria
yellow fever.
Yellow.
And then I realized, how difficult it was, for those kids. I remember I was doing one event in Houston, and that night we raised like $10 million for those kids.
Wow.
Yeah, of course. That's Texas has a lot of oil, so it helps a lot. And then I thought maybe one day I should do it myself. This is great, I was like, this is a fantastic thing to have. And then in 2008, I had this big exploder at the Beijing Olympic Games, and that would really boost my career in a quite a big way.
No, you were already started.
Yeah, but this way it was something else, right? The circulation of broadcast was huge. So then we thought this is a perfect time to start my own foundation. Once we start, we had this world economic crash. It's right in the same month. And I was like, okay, slow start, but at least it started, and then first we start to supporting young talent, classical musician. So we started there. And then after 5 years, we wanted to do more for the general public schools. So now we have 240 schools in the world taking our music class.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I heard that, well, when you played at, Beijing Olympics, so more than 40 million, children are influenced by your play. And, I think now more than 100 million, children.
I don't know.
People are affected.
I'm happy with 40 million. That's already high enough.
I still remember you were playing at the game. Like you were wearing the glittering white costumes.
Yeah. I certainly had a spiky hair at that time. Yeah.
Talking about Korean culture, I think you must be familiar with Korean culture somewhat.
I'm very familiar with Korean culture now. I mean, my wife is half Korean, and my mother-in-law is always get me the chicken soup in the morning. Every time after my long tour, what they call there's a Korean word, just some
Samgyetang.
Yeah. My son actually understands Korean a bit.
Wow.
Yeah, not completely, but when I'm touring US, he went to a Korean kindergarten.
Oh, really?
So he, so they speak Korean there, and then so he's very happy to speak Korean in the kindergarten.
What about Chinese? Does
He speaks Chinese, of
Okay.
course. Yeah. So he does speak Chinese, German very well, and then a little bit Korean, French. English is also getting better. So
True cosmopolitan.
yeah, but
way.
he switched fast. Yeah, and he told me one day, he said, Chinese and Korean are very similar compared to France and U.S. culture. I said, yeah, you are right.
Yeah, kids learn fast.
Yeah, very fast. And then with the Korean kindergarten, you feel that he's Korean. It's
Right.
really he's really switched fast.
Well, in Asian culture, the classical music is often seen as part of strict education.
Yes.
From my experience, it was all about discipline because you have to sit down
yes.
in front of the piano and have to practice a couple of hours at least per day.
Yeah.
But it is also about fun and passion because it's music that you have to enjoy it. So what is your take on this, and how would you like to?
Yeah, but as an Asian, I think we do a lot of things in a very disciplined way, right? I mean,
Right.
you compare to the Western education. Yeah, this is a kind of misunderstanding. Also in China, I'm trying to fix is that people always ask me the first thing. They said, "Wow, it's so painful, right? When you practice hours
was
and
my
hours." It always, this is like I said. Yeah, sometimes it is painful, but most of the time. It's a great creative spirit, right? I mean, I said if it's only in pain, why we want to become a musician?
Right.
Yeah, maybe for some people, practice is pure pain. Yeah. For some people, I mean, unfortunately, they probably will feel, the reason you are successful because you know how to deal with pain. It's like, come on, that's not gonna work if you are keep playing as a professional. If you feel pain every night, I mean, what can you do? Like when you start playing, so horrible. I mean, so I said you have to feel the love and passion for music. So now I always trying to kind of convince the kids when they learn something, I want them to feel the great joy first. Look, you have to know how to practice. If you practice in a very boring, repetitive way, it is pain. But if you know how to practice in a way that makes you more relaxed, it was never really relaxed, but a little bit more ease, then your experience it will be better. If you compare piano training to gymnastic, volleyball, it's much easier. I mean, I went to the volleyball session or gymnastic. I mean, just looking at them is pain. Yeah. So of course I love it. I mean, I love volleyball. I love to watch their playing. But the training is much more challenging than us. We're just sitting there. We're just sitting there. Violinist is probably harder.
Can they have to stand up?
Yeah, they have to stand up, and then being their neighbor is even harder than pianist. Don't kill me, violinist. Yeah. So we're not the worst. That's what I want to say.
Now I think it would have been better if I make it more relaxed and relevant to my daily life.
Yes.
That's why he's playing La La Land.
Yeah, so we have to have a little bit of that as well. Yeah.
Well, your play of La La Land sometimes makes me too emotional, so I once missed the interchange.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So immersed.
I love the Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, it was. I almost cried. This is so
right.
beautiful.
You're very emotional. It's great. We love emotional people.
Because, well, you started La La Land in a very kind of normal way, expected way, but, well, it
We
goes,
developed
well,
a little bit,
mounted to much more emotional. Well, I love that.
Thank you.
So I would like to talk about your son again, and Winston,
Yes.
his name?
Yes.
Now you're destined to travel a lot as a pianist. How do you manage your role as a father?
It's very challenging. It's really, I try to meet him as much as I can. In the moment, it's slightly better because he's not in the real school yet. So it's easier. So he can go to different kindergartens, in Shanghai, in Paris, in the US. But then later, the school begins. It's much harder.
Right.
Sometimes it's also quite painful that I don't see him that often. But I try to speak to him like every 2 hours, a little bit. When I finish performance, I normally go to the flight the day after, go back to see him, to spend the whole day. So far it's okay. So far it's not that bad. And he's really a big music fan. He plays drum a little bit. So a lot of people already asked me, hey, when is he going to start piano? And I said, he told me that he probably going to learn the end of this year. But he said the same thing last year. So, it's hard to put him to sit there for a while.
Well, is there any specific piece that you are playing for your son or would like to play for him in the future, hoping that he will remember that, oh, that's my dad's music?
I was playing a lot of Mozart for him when he was a kid. Yeah, because, we all know that Mozart music makes people smart, right? So I want to try. I want to prove whether it's real or not. So far it's okay.
I did the same thing.
So I play a lot of Mozart. It really depends on what he sees, right? And so he loves ice cream. And then in Paris, you have this da-dee-da-dee-da-da when the ice cream car goes. Yeah. So now he loves this song. He doesn't know what it is, whether from Disney or what. He said, "I want the ice cream song." So I want. And right after I play, he said, "Let's go buy it." Yeah. So it's really this guy is really live in the moment.
What kind of father would you like to be remembered by him?
I had a very strict training from my dad as a kid. So, we are a good friend now. It's fine. But it's for a period of time, it was not very good, the connection. So I just don't want to... I want to give him suggestions, of course, but I don't want to push him too hard. I didn't enjoy that. This is the thing. This come from my personal experience. It's hard to say right or wrong. Maybe without my father's strong belief or the pressure, maybe I will never go this far. I don't know what my son wants to be in the future. So yeah, he's not like me. When I was 5, my dream was being a great pianist. Yeah.
At age of 5.
Yeah, great pianist. This is really ridiculous at the age of 5. Not being a pianist, but being a great pianist. Yeah, I remember my first thing I wrote, like, what do you want to be? I wrote, I want to be world first class pianist.
Wow.
That's what I wrote. But somehow my father fit me very well with that ambition, But my son doesn't have that, he doesn't want to be world first class pianist in this moment. So I would support him whatever he would like to be.
Well, I believe he's a happy kid, and I would take it that you want to be the father or somebody always going to be there whenever he needs.
Yeah. I just want to support him. But maybe I will change one day, who knows? But in this moment, I don't want to hurt my connection with him by pushing him too much. There's nothing to push for in this moment.
Ice cream, more ice cream.
And I realize you achieved your dream at the age of 5, a great pianist of the world.
Fortunately, I have achieved, but to maintain, to go further, it's still a challenge. You know, every day I still have to work. But of course, I like to work this way, right? But I have to really work quite hard to maintain the best I can. The good thing is I don't have a mid-age crisis. You know, like people are like, once you turn 40, you will have a mid-age crisis. Like, okay, I try to not, you know. The thing is that if you look into the great musician, they perform until 80-something, 90-something. We're just not even half there, right? So it's still a long way to go. Right. Yeah, it's a marathon. I think classical music career, it's a marathon.
So happy to expect your future career another 50 years.
Yeah.
Another 40 years. Let's shoot for 40. Yeah, then I will be 84. Yeah. 40.
I know. We believe we're going to be there with your journey.
Thank you. But my mom said to me once, because once we were in the airport, we met a very old maestro still touring. Mm-hmm. My mom said to me, quite interesting, I wish you, not performing at this age. Yeah. I said, why? He said, I feel so painful to see this maestro with this little luggage. And she said to me, that time she will not be there anymore. You should retire at that time. And I think my mom is right. If I couldn't do it in the best way I can, I will quit. Hopefully that's after 40 or 45 years. Hopefully, you know. Yeah. Or if there's some new technology, one button, that we are like completely regenerated.
My fingers are fine now.
It's like, wow, longer fingers.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. And any last word for Korean audience and fans?
I just wanted to thank my Korean fans for their great dedication for the more than last 23 years since I came for the first time, and I wish that I can always play for you.
Thank
you don't need any luck for tomorrow's concert from us because
I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice after this.
But best wishes for your concert tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be there.
Yes,
to see.
Please. Yeah. Come to backstage after.
Thank you so much.
Please.